Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Eurohammer with me, Owen Staten, and my good friend Marcel Josh, all the way from Germany. How are you, Marcel?
I'm fine. Thank you very much.
Good. We've got a special episode this week. It's been a little while since we've had a chat. So what have you been doing, Marcel? What sort of hobby things have you been doing in the last couple of weeks since we last graced the screens of Eurohammer?
I painted a lot of my historical 6mm stuff, and you will later on see pictures of that. So and then I'm very happy that we will get, my wife and I will get our hobby gaming table next week on Wednesday. That was through a Kickstarter and is now over a year.
Wow.
So, and I'm really happy to have a fixed gaming table, and you can also use it as a dining table. So yeah, I'm so glad when he's here, and I'm really excited.
Is that a 6x4 table? How big is it?
Yeah, the stand, 1.80 to 1.20 m.
All right, yeah.
The biggest they got.
Is it already, has it got a flocked surface, or is there anything on the top?
No, it's how to describe it. It looks like a normal dining table, but you can lift the top.
Yeah.
And underneath it, it looks like a billiard table.
Yeah.
So it got a little height, and then you got the playing surface, and you could choose different inlays. And I think it's, I don't know what color, I forgot what color I choose. And you could also insert gaming mats with printed terrain on it, and I mean, you can do everything with that and so on. But yeah,
I really want to see you do that magic trick with a cloth. So you invite somebody over, you put all your plates on the table, and then as they go to eat, woof, like that, and the gaming table is there. I want that. I want to see it, without smashing anything.
Okay, because the problem is we got very good old tablecloth from my grandma, and we also got her china, so it would be very sad and expensive if it goes wrong.
If it's all smashed on the floor, yeah, but never mind.
She will hunt me from her grave. So, no.
I hope not. Anyway, yeah, great. So what Marcel and I have decided to have a little chat about today is basically what gaming means to us. I know that gaming has been a constant in my life, and maybe Marcel as well. So hopefully you can join us, and of course, please get back to us with anything that you'd like to talk about, or anything you'd like Marcel and I to have a chat about, which will help you through your painting trials in these strange days. So go for it then, Marcel. You've sent us, you're an avid book collector, a lot of historical books there. Do you want to tell us about that and what how that links with your gaming and what that helps you with?
Yeah, the problem is I'm a studied librarian and a studied historian, and that is a really bad combination if you like books.
Yeah.
So for me, the problem is if I'm interested in a specific period, then I want the books, and then I'm just buying books and do a little bit research and so on. Maybe you can show us the next picture.
Certainly.
And yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's one of the pictures here. You already know that's about my Battle of the Bulge project. Yeah. So I got the books, I got the maps and everything, and it's not specific linked to gaming, because you only need a good rule set, terrain, and miniatures for a good game, and of course nice guys around. Sure, but for me, doing this research part is a very important part for me for the hobby. It's not specifically linked to fantasy stuff, of course, because what research can I do on the Warhammer world? Okay, I can buy role-playing books and novels and stuff. Yeah, maybe novels. That's a good point. To get more background and the feel of the world. but for me with the books, it's more about historical stuff. So you see here now, my current projects are now to finish my 6mm stuff, and you have the American Civil War here, and my ancient armies. And yeah, what to say? I found a really nice rule set for ancients. And what did I do? I bought a book about the Battle of Cannae.
Yeah.
So I don't need it for playing the game or anything, but I just want to know more and read about it, and all the research that was done the last decades about this topic, because when I learned something about ancient history, don't be so sure what you know, because it can change. They find a coin here, or another artifact there, or an inscription, and then it changed everything. So here, not far from here, there is a place they found all the artifacts linked to the battle about the Roman defeat in the Teutoburg forest.
Yeah.
The 3 legions that got smashed by the Germanic tribes. And they are still not sure what exactly they found there.
Right.
So that's really excited for me about as an historian, and to be a little bit updated what's happening there in the scientific discussion about this topic.
So you've studied as a historian. Sorry, Marcel, you've studied as a historian. When did you decide that was something you were interested in, and how did you go about that? What brought that about?
It's a fault of my parents, because as a child, they took me and my brother during summer vacation to every castle around in our area.
Yeah.
So I was really interested about medieval history and knights and all that stuff. And first, I really wanted to become an archaeologist, to do the digging.
Yeah.
And after school, I got a chance to do that, the actual digging as a holiday job, and during holiday. That was really excited, but also back-breaking work. To be on your knees with a little shovel and a brush. But really cool. I found some Roman chicken bones. Yay! And but I'm really bad in studying languages, and to be a good archaeologist, you have to be good in Latin, or even Greece, or also Old Greece or Hebrew. And no, I had my Latin at school, and that was bad enough. and so I then studied history. It's a long way. I first studied Japanese history, because I was really into manga and anime and about the country Japan and everything.
Have you ever been to Japan?
No. The same problem here. I'm too lazy to learn the language. and so I quit and just studied normal history, and also more modern times, so I could avoid Latin at all costs. But that's and then I became a librarian, because I couldn't find a job with just my master in history. That's it.
Did you do a librarian qualification as well?
Yeah.
And have you worked in public libraries as well?
Not public libraries. I got during university a job in the library at the university. So as a part-time job, and then I was a librarian in a special library for almost 3 years, and this library was specialized on the former German parts that now belongs to Poland and Russia, so Silesia and East and West Prussia. That was also very cool, because there was also a lot of history involved. So if people came to this place. Oh, I'm looking for my ancestors that lived in Königsberg, blah, blah, blah. And then you got all the old books and address books and maps. And I really enjoyed that. These research and detective work you have to do. That's really, really makes me really happy. If you find something.
Yeah.
And now, and then I did, the qualification, another master in information and what's it called? Library and information science. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
You're
But now I've
qualified
got my
as
job
well.
in the library, so it's cool.
Oh, good. And that brings us to, there's a number of periods of history here. You've got Second World War, you've got American Civil War, you've got Punic Wars. If I could drop you in any time of history, where would you go?
Oh, just to live there?
Yeah, or just to visit, perhaps. If you could
I
go
would
at 88 miles an hour and boom, appear there, and then go again with your flux capacitor, where would you go?
Yeah. Okay. I got you. I would go to around Jesus Christ, so to Rome, and say hi to Emperor Augustus.
Okay.
Maybe not, but just to walk on the forum and see all, to know what this place really looks about.
Okay, yeah.
That would be
See
really,
Rome
really cool.
As it once was, when it was at the height of its power, perhaps.
Yeah.
Okay. So
at this height of civilization, they got, and really all the luxury, and then I mean the downfall that came afterwards with the Dark and Middle Ages, and I mean they got so much stuff we needed 500 years afterwards to get this level again. In some parts. That's really something.
Wow. Okay. So what has all this meant to you? I mean, linking it with your gaming, has there been times where you've fallen back on this stuff to help you get through things, or to really sort of help you improve your gaming, or when are you happiest with all this stuff?
I learned during my teenager times here with first love and relationships, and so that I need something to get rid of all the bad feelings, all the self-pity. I mean, and that's why I really understand that like all the famous poets are always heartsick or drunks or something, because they are then really creative. It must something tragic happen so you can write about it. If you're happy, then you don't need to write about it, because everyone said, boring. And that helped me to, after my first relationship was over, I painted a lot just to express myself and to keep my mind busy with other stuff. And so and painting, especially painting for me, is something after work to relax. Most people asking me, oh man, you must be so concentrate on that stuff. It looks like work for them. But I said, no, I'm relaxing. Yes, I'm focused on doing that, but I'm forgetting all the outside world, all the problems, everything. I'm just focusing on now. Okay, I want to paint this little miniature, and of course, if you're finished, then you've got a success. Oh, I finished this miniature, or I finished this army, or whatsoever. And then also the pleasure if you put it on a table and have a good game with your friends. That's also rewarding. You got, for me, different levels of rewards, kind of. And today with social media, you make a picture, put it on Facebook, and people said, oh, cool, good job. That's also rewarding.
It is. Oh, that's great. So when you what is it, your number one thing then? Is painting your number one thing, your go-to if you feel you need to relax, or reading or gaming? Which one is your number one?
Painting.
Mm.
Painting. And then maybe doing the research. And I really enjoy making scenarios, especially historical scenarios, because then I can really dig into the background with the books, and you have this and this unit under this and this commander, and your mission is this and this. So but that's maybe also the game master in me, to have this kind of script to write a nice scenario, maybe with random events to surprise the players. I always like that. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. So does that make you happy then? Is that your real, your happiness thing? What your ideal night? If I could say, right, you don't have to do anything tomorrow, what would that be?
Okay. That would be if I got a project finished. Let's say here the American Civil War. My long-time project now for, I would say, over 15 years is to play the Battle of Gettysburg on a table in 6mm.
Yeah.
Okay, I will get the table next week, this week. So point 1, the miniatures are close to be finished. Point 2, and then I will have some friends over, and then we will play the game. And just and funny enough, I didn't have to be gaming to have the fun. I would mostly I would like to be the game master or referee, to have the rule books and say, okay, here comes your reinforcements. Oh, you have to roll, and so and so, and just see my friends enjoying the game with my miniatures.
Yes,
that would be the most rewarding part. And afterward, they are shaking hands and say, wow, that was a good match.
Yeah,
that would be my most reward. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. That's great. Oh, good. So anything else on that? Anything else you want to discuss about the books, about the gaming, anything at all?
Yeah, please, next picture, please.
Oh, next picture. We haven't, well, the next picture is me, I think.
Really?
Have I missed something out?
Okay. Because regarding books, I got also a book for you. You have to buy that.
Oh yes, you told me about that. Yeah, Battle in Africa.
You really have to buy it. It's so long out of print.
Yeah.
It's from, I forgot the name, Paddy Griffith. He sadly passed away a few years ago. And he also wrote a book about the American Civil War. And I got this, and now I saw on Amazon they are doing it print on demand, so you can get it, and it's full of black and white pictures. Yeah. And battle plans and everything, and a lot background, but it's not very complicated or very presented. So it's more like a book for young readers, I would say.
Excellent. Good. Yeah.
Yeah. And also really nice because he's also was a war gamer. So you got all the here about modern weapons, European techniques and tactics, and stuff you can easily use to write your own scenarios.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah. So get it, Owen.
I'll get it. Print on demand.
For your Zulu wars, you must have it.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, good stuff. Okay.
And that's also here good. You see the picture in the bottom left corner. That these are all the books and rule sets I have about the Dark Ages, especially Britain in the Dark Ages. So from the last days of the Romans there. And that's because I'm a huge fan of the Two Fat Laddies and their games, and the way they are, their game philosophy is really appealing to me. All this chaotic approach, and they got a rule set. It's called Dux Britannorum, where you can play a Roman or a Saxon, and with a nice campaign system and everything. And I bought the rule set. I bought the miniatures, sadly not painted yet. And then I said, okay, I want to know more about this period. Yeah. And you see how many books I bought.
You've done okay there. Yeah. I could see the old Pendragon there. Is that the Chaosium, the Pendragon there?
No, that's not the role-playing game.
Oh, okay.
But good eyes. That's a board game from GMT, where you play the different factions. And in the right corner, there are also the 3 books from Rosemary Sutcliffe. Here, The Eagle of the Fifth Legion. I read that as a teenage boy and really enjoyed them. The trilogy. Yeah, but that's for me really nice to be interested in some part of history and then buy books. That's terrible, but what can I do?
In that other picture there, you've got an old TIE fighter. Is that from when you were a child, or is that one you've bought since?
This TIE fighter I got from my father as a reward for helping him with the roof of our house.
Wow.
We were together on the flea market, and the guy was selling this TIE fighter, and it was way over my price league. And then my father, the day or the same evening he presented me here, I got you this TIE fighter as a gift, as a reward.
That's nice, isn't it? That's a lovely story. Oh, well done. Is that Playmobil people standing in front of it as well?
Yeah, that's a Roman officer, centurion. We are playing with all these different toys, right? No. I don't know how it got to me. Maybe as a present or so.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Okay, moving on. Is that everything? Anything else you want to talk about?
Now you can move forward.
Okay.
And I will ask silly questions.
No, not at all. When I was putting this together and I was thinking about what we could do and what we could say and what we could talk about, I just wanted to talk about what gaming has meant to me really over the years and how it has helped me. And I've just put a simple picture there, which is a pin badge of a smiley face. And the reason why that is there really, and it's something I don't mind talking about, and I just think it's something that we should talk about a lot more really, is that since 2004, which I can be quite specific about that, 2004, I've struggled with my mental health really. I suffer terribly with anxiety and and depression to a certain degree. But it comes and goes in waves. And I was really ill in 2004, really ill in 2010, and a little bit earlier this year as well. But where I want this to be, and this isn't about being sad or being rubbish or this is just all about what gaming has meant to me. And without going into the specifics too much, I'm a very creative person, I feel, and I often work and have done jobs which aren't that creative in the way they are, and I feel that sometimes that is to my detriment. I'm not a brilliant painter, as we've seen. I'm not brilliant at any aspect of gaming really, but gaming has been the thing, that constant, that thing that I could always go to when times were hard or things were bad or I couldn't do anything else. I've always been able to pick up a painting brush. I've always been able to pick up a figure, or even write an army list, or think about scenarios very much like you were saying, Marcel, in order to help me through those bad times. And also, I think when you talk about mental health and things like that, it's by its very nature, it's something that happens in your head, and it's usually where you get things in your mind that horrible things are going to happen tomorrow or next week or the week after. But when I'm painting a figure, I don't think about anything other than painting that figure. And that is a brilliant thing. And it's one of the things why I get so much, we met through a love of old Warhammer, Marcel. And old Warhammer is one of the few things that I have in my life. When I play a game of Warhammer, a system I know quite well, with figures I know well, with friends, I don't think of anything other than that game. And sometimes like 2 or 3 hours would pass and I think, oh, wow, I haven't thought about anything. I haven't thought about any worries. I haven't thought about anything but that game. And for someone like me, whose mind is a million miles an hour all the time, that is a brilliant thing for me. And I do a lot of talking about sort of mental health and things like that in my day job sometimes. But I always say to people that a hobby is so, so important, to have something that you can turn to. And sometimes your mind is telling you, the last thing you want to do is paint that figure, but that's when you really need to paint that figure. And it's been such a good thing for me over the years to be able to turn to painting, to be able to turn to gaming, to be able to turn to devising scenarios, or being a GM in role playing, to actually write and see people and the joy that they get from gaming whilst through something that I've created. And when you told that story about putting the Battle of Gettysburg on your dining room table with your figures, with a scenario that you've written, where you see friends come over and those friends shaking hands and cheering, and having and walking away at the end of the night saying, I've had a brilliant night. That is such a buzz and such a great thing to happen. And for me, throughout all the pandemic, all these times before, as I say, go into gaming and having gaming there as a crutch, as something to lean on when times are not very nice, has always helped me absolutely no end. And I've always got to be thankful to gaming for that. And I don't understand why the internet is filled with people who moan about this or moan about that. Gaming is a brilliant thing. And I think we're living in a golden age of gaming, really. And I think we should all, when we look back at this and we see these videos in 20 years' time, I will think, look at my hair. And the next bit I think is, wow, we didn't know how good we had it those times as well. So yeah, that was it. That's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to take a few moments to say, sometimes I think, I don't know if I'd be here if it wasn't for gaming and having something to go to when times are hard. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I totally agree with you about hobby. Everybody needs a hobby, and I feel really sad for people that say, no, work is my hobby. And I said, oh my God. Yeah. I mean, you can be in love with your work. Totally fine. But yeah, I think it's for your health really good to have something completely different.
Yes, absolutely.
And if people were asking me, oh man, you could work for GW tomorrow, I would say no. Thank you.
Yeah.
I would really enjoy that, to be part of something hobby, but then hobby became my work, or becomes my work. Yeah. And that would really take something apart from me, away from me, because then I feel all these obligations and the pressure and, oh, is that good enough? Or like doing commission painting. Could I deliver this? Is that really good painted? Well, no way. No. I just need something different.
Yeah.
To settle my mind and to enjoy. And I mean, of course, I've got my wife I can talk to, and my family and my friends that are also like your crutches or anchors in your life to split all your bad feelings around. And as you said, with painting, to forget your worries and everything. I also sometimes feel that by reading a good book. And I think a lot of people have the same experience. You are sitting on the couch with a good book, and then you're turning the last page and oh, is it already? Oh, it's over. And where was the time? Because you were so into this book. Yeah. At least to me, sometimes this really happens, and I'm really enjoying that. And it would be interesting when the first human found the first hobby. and I
A
read
seminal moment.
yeah, and I read the theory that the first thing humans invented that they don't need for survival was music.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, if you think about it, yeah, why don't need really music? It's just for enjoyment.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
I get, and that's right. And I get, it's just, wargaming is it gets a lot of bad press, and wargaming, is sometimes laughed at and looked down on. But I think, to me, I owe a lot to wargaming, and I think wargaming has been good to me over the years. And it's something that, I would recommend to anyone. If times are hard and times are bad, throw yourself into your hobby, because it will get you through, and it will get you where you need to be. And go on.
Yeah, and wargaming for us it's not just one hobby, because it's so complex.
Yeah.
You got the painting aspect, you got the gaming aspect. I mean, some people, also including me, enjoying board games, but that's a kind of more simpler hobby. You're just buying a game, put it on the table, read the rules, and roll some dice.
Yeah,
that's it. Now we have to paint, and for some people, they enjoy the painting more than the playing.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. It depends. Yeah. So,
but it's there, and that's it, and that's all I've got to say. And really, we're running out of time here. But yeah, it's just, to me, it's been a huge bonus in my life, and I just hope other people feel the same, really. And if anyone is struggling, then try and be in that moment, like you say, about painting or gaming, and just try and let that wash over you, and because that is such a benefit to anybody, really, which is cool. Hey, Marcel, it's been great to get together with you again, and hopefully, I know people have been enjoying these chats we've been having, and I always love getting together and speaking to you. So, but yeah, in a couple of weeks, I'm sure we can find something else again, and maybe get out there and get playing, and that would be great. But there we go.
If our some audience will just give us an idea, we can talk in our next chat.
That would be fab. That would be great. So, Dankeschön. Thank you very much. And Diolch, and all good stuff. I shall see you again soon.
Yeah.